Om Namo Narayana. Welcome back, everybody, to our reading of Radhakarana's Shastra Kakusha, an introductory text to his trilogy of books on the Vedic universe. Or I guess we'd call it the Vedic universe series, excuse me, which look at the science of the Srimad Bhagavatam, particularly, but not with complete focus, on chapter 5, which is the very controversial chapter for discussing flat earth theory. Now, I'm going to step back for a second because some of you are probably going, yeah, but wait, it doesn't actually say that. Well, whether or not the Srimad Bhagavatam says there is a flat earth or does not say there is a flat earth, you might 100% disagree with Radhakarana, or you might agree with him. I know ISKCON, I've taken classes related to ISKCON, and through ISKCON, they've taught that the earth is flat. I know other people who are also in ISKCON, actually, who say the complete opposite. That's a misinterpretation. Either way, this discussion, though, has been going on for a while about flat earth theory. And those in the Hindu community of the past few decades have said a lot about flat earth theory. They've explained the whole thing, how it works. As we did in the last video here in this series, the earth is floating on water, and this, that, and whatever. They've discussed all this stuff. So whether or not it's legit, or whether it's discussing something that's not legit, whatever, there's still a large conversation going on here. So if you're really into flat earth theory, why wouldn't you want to peek into that conversation and go, what does this group say about that? Nope, never see that. Never see anyone talking flat earth theory and bringing in any conversations that have been had in the Hindu community. Well, I guess you don't know the complete world of the discussion of flat earth theory then. I always just get a kick out of it. They've just focused on the present day and not the past. Anyways, I'm just rambling this morning. We're now going to dive into the third video in this series on this. So today's chapter is called Who Rules Earth? Bala Danava is the head of Atala. By his influence, he created a society diametrically opposite to the demigods. Thus he is known by the name Demon. This demon, an agent of Kali, appears to have a desire to shape our earth along the same lines of ungodly materialism as found on his abode. He receives his food from negative emotions and low vibration energy, along with sacrifices of blood, specifically that of children. At present, his demonic energy is growing stronger day by day. Concerning this, we must be aware of everything digital, especially the interconnected net, as nets are designed to catch foolish fish. Let me explain this metaphor. With the advent of social medias, people are increasingly relying on alternative sources for information, creating a smaller, interconnected world through a virtual networking system. The more people are lured onto the non-real digital world, the more elite billionaires are being created at the same time as the majorities are becoming impoverished. Thus, the gap of money and power is widening. Thirsting for power and wealth, corporations use psychological manipulation while harnessing artificial intelligence, AI, to capture and retain people's attention on platforms like YouTube, X, Facebook, etc. AI has quickly learned to choose algorithms that keep users engaged for extended periods by targeting people's emotions, offering content that stirs lust, envy, anger, fear, and hatred. This manipulation of low-grade emotions has sidetracked people and made them untrusting of each other. This in turn has sparked a political crisis all over the earth, resulting in great unrest. An unrest that was accentuated during the COVID pandemic, wherein good people were locked up for going outside, while prisoners were released due to being close together. During the plandemic, the internet became prominent in everyone's lives, and this shift to the digital realities has allowed the elite to purchase businesses and create laws to remove the freedom from the general populace. The result of technology is proving to be a dangerous next step for mankind, and it appears to be guided by the unseen hands of corporations. Various information discovered by many medical practitioners has now shown that the instigators of the lockdowns of the entire planet, just like the demon Ravana, have succeeded in making truth into untruth and untruth into truth. Indeed, nothing will ever be the same again now that the net has been cast and mankind has been separated into believers and non-believers. Just see how easy it is to control the earth. Computers and mobile phones begin as tools to assist humanity, and in just 30 years they have moved into a position whereby they control those who use them. An entire population is now being steered and in effect told how and what to think by a few corporations and algorithms. Indeed, we may rightly question who really controls Earth, and where is it all leading to if the devotees do not use the TOVP to shed light on the lie that is the root of almost all control issues. Herein I would like to ask, if Srimad Bhagavatam states that we live on Bharatavarsha along with many other humans outside of our Earth island, then why do we not declare this in the temple of Vedic Planetarium? Specific manipulators steer people into an unreal digital world and offer unlimited ways to tempt and sidetrack, wherein artificial intelligence and trained actors with letters after their names in media positions and in government influence public opinion by selectively presenting the information people hear, see, and believe to be true. Creating trends has led to a surge in the creation of similarly themed content, while widening the net of the potential. This expanded net then traps more fish, symbolizing an increasingly manipulated populace who are becoming completely dependent on technology. Early AI versions, which have already influenced an entire population in but a few years, are just the beginning. Recent advancements in technology hint at a much more ominous future. AI developers are blindly racing to empower their creations with ungodly capabilities. The current trend is to create artificial general intelligence and combine this with quantum computing. AGI will have the ability to self-replicate, think like a human, operate over the entire planet simultaneously in thousands of bodies and at speeds far surpassing human thought and physical speed. Artificial general intelligence, or AGI, its potential to create and disseminate its own social media content will influence our reality how it chooses, and it can do this by mixing fake news with real news. Soon no one will be able to tell the difference between an AI digital image and a real person in the studio, as on a network both are digitized. Even worse than this, AI has already succeeded in reading a person's thoughts with astonishing accuracy and offering accurate presentations of such in both writing and imagery. We should remember, if AI can read a person's thoughts, it can also implant thoughts. All this is possible because of the globe theory seeming to separate humanity from the rest of the universe, and thereby allowing atheism to increase under the guise of capitalism mixed with dictatorships. Only the truth of the sages can counteract the lies of the demons, because all digital avenues for distributing truthful information have been covered, and history is being rewritten. AI has already been given the power to censor what it deems to be against the narrative. Thus, at one point, soon expect that the only information allowed will be that which the elite deem fit. In just a very short time, everything we see, hear, and even think will be programmed into us. None of this is happening by chance, and we can look at the demonic societies like Atalaloka to see how it will turn out. This influence of directed content is especially potent on children, who readily accept whatever knowledge is fed them by their telephones, which are their lifeline to happiness via the stimulation and release of dopamine. AI's mastery of language and the understanding of human psychology already makes it a formidable force in persuasion. What then to speak of the future? Possibility of AI creating and releasing new viruses or even nuclear weapons is also a looming threat as humanity increasingly gives control to autocrats who wield these powerful technologies. To counteract this, every man, woman, and child must prioritize the opposite energy, God's love and natural living, in an analog world. This is essential to our well-being at present and in the future. We're going to pause here. So I just saw a newspaper article the other day about Bitcoin changing to be able to work with quantum computing. So what we just read isn't conspiracy talk. I literally saw an article on the news talking about quantum computing, Bitcoin, and cryptocurrency, and how it has to make way for this and what that might mean for Bitcoin. Another point he brings up on this last little bit I read, he said the telephones are now the lifeline to happiness. So my ex-girlfriend, who passed away, alcoholism, her self-esteem was on the bottom. I also think she was a little bit psychopathic and certainly had ADD and really animalistic. She would take a photo of herself on her phone. Okay, we all do this. A selfie, of course. But she would spend 10 minutes getting that perfect photo. And then she would take it. Oh no, I need another one. Nope, need another one. Another one. 15 minutes would be spent working on this perfect photo. She would post it on Facebook and get 50 likes. And she would go, well, the other photo got 100 likes. And then she would get upset. Who gives a shit? I'm a guy. When we post photos of ourselves, we don't get 50 likes. You women, you get 50 likes. You go out there and test that theory, okay? It's true. Men don't get the likes that women do on selfies. But that was a big thing for her. She had to get this, and then if it didn't match what she already had, her self-esteem plummeted, and she would take another photo, or she had me take photos, or she would be like, oh, upset, and go in the other room and drink, pretending that I didn't know what she was doing. TikTok, all these other things are about just people needing to share because their happiness is based on their phones now. I don't sleep with my phone, it's in the other room, actually. Part of that is just me wanting to cut off for a few hours. I don't really get on Facebook on the weekend either. I don't want my happiness to be tied into this little box. And so I've made sort of rules, not in bed unless it's an emergency, not on the weekend, whatever, XYZ. Kind of like when I stopped smoking, I was like, okay, first I can't smoke indoors. Okay, I can't buy anything that costs more than this. I can only smoke here. And then eventually I just didn't care and I stopped smoking. This is a real thing. This is a real concern. We're going to end it there, and we'll go on to the next section. And I hope you're interested from the 3 videos we've done so far in what he might have to say in the 3 books that he's written. Links down below. Thank you for watching.